I'm not a hater, but I am not a fan of Afrobeats whatsoever. Literally, that era that y'all had of straight Afrobeats, every party, every club I went to, nothing but Afrobeats. Yeah, that cured my FOMO right up. I don't have FOMO anymore. I have joy of missing out.
Can we talk about the state of Afrobeats? Because I feel like something is missing, and I know I'm not the only one that feels this way. Afrobeats is too slow now. Everything feels like Afro pop. The energy is different. Artists are catering more to that Western sound rather than that core African party sound. You know what I mean? I miss when Afro beats felt like celebration music. You know, when you would go with your parents to African parties, weddings, functions, birthdays, whether you were based in America, the UK, or in Africa. Like, what has happened to the party bangers? Y'all remember back in the early 2000s, mid 2010s, even up to 2019, we were getting party music. You remember when Wizkid dropped IO? Like, that was my vibe. Techno, even early Burna Boy. Think of Wizkid Jaye Jaye. Like, what happened to that sound? Then 2020, the pandemic hit and everything just started slowing down. And now,
should we still call it Afrobeats if the genre now blends with R&B, rap, and pop? A lot of people talk about how Afrobeats is no longer a genre. Some people are saying how since the globalization of the genre, it has kind of removed it from its roots, is blended into something else. And others believe that the evolution of the genre is necessary for its global impact. But I think another important part of this is that every African artist who makes it out of Nigeria, or is even Nigerian per se, is always labeled as an Afrobeat artist. Can you blame artists for saying that they don't want to be declared as an Afrobeat artist, being that there's not a lot of recognition for Afrobeat artists on global stages worldwide? Can you blame them? But the biggest thing of it all is, how can we remain authentic and still be globally marketable?
This is why Caribbean music isn't doing as good as Afrobeats. Before we make it a tribalistic thing and, you know, get all sweary and insulting each other, I'm talking based off a personality standpoint. I'm talking based off characteristics. I'm talking based off, like, human. It's nothing to do with the music itself. It has more to, well, actually, it will have something to do with the music, but just hear me out. If you have a complaint, you know, let's address it. Growing up, the only dancehall artist that was very consistent is Vybz Kartel. Hence why we're always like, yo, vibes. He was very consistent, you know what I mean? Now, when it comes to Afrobeats, their ability to, you know, chameleonize, I don't know if that's a word, their ability to adapt to the sounds is what makes Afrobeats top. Afrobeats will come in, well, actually not even Afrobeats, the African artists, the Nigerian artist's ability to adapt is, when you're talking about R&B, you've got Burna Boy. If you're R&B, you've got Fireboy, right? If you want a little bit of rap, you've got Burna Boy, he raps. If you want a little bit of groove, you got Rima, you got Wizkid. Dancehall still is stuck in the same, put the cocky in your pum pum, put the cocky in your, me want fuck you. It's still stuck in that same era. It doesn't have the ability to kind of like merge. I don't know a Jamaican rapper that isn't from America. You know what I'm saying? So if you go into like Nigerian music, there's so many Nigerian rappers. If you go into Nigerian music, there's so many singers. And I feel like this is where Jamaica is, because I won't even say the whole of Caribbean. I feel like when we talk about the islands, the only one leading is Jamaica. So let's just kind of narrow it down. Now, the other thing is, Afrobeat artists also move like international artists because the video production. I've not watched a Caribbean video with good production. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a money thing. I don't know if it's the infrastructure. I don't know. I feel like from a personality standpoint, is the idea that everyone inherently thinks Jamaicans are cool, so they don't feel like they have to try as hard. Whereas Nigerians are like, we want to dominate, so they will try as hard. When we think about fashion, Ashake, right? I don't like his sense of style, but he has a very futuristic, he has a very high fashion sense. He's wearing a lot of Balenciagas. When we look into the Jamaican sector, the only person I know that stands out when it comes to attire is Elephant Man. And we can all agree that Elephant Man dresses like a, you know what I'm saying? Tell me what popcorn dress is like. We can't put a pin on it, but Ashake has a certain silhouette. We can always say Ashake wears the baggy stuff. This is why more Nigerian artists, Rima, Wizkid has been like on Vogue and all these things because their ability to understand fashion. Music is no longer about music. It's about the whole star, the superstardom. You know what I mean? When it comes to hairstyles, stuff like that. So it's like before we would say, oh, okay, the Caribbeans had dreads. Well, everyone can get dreads now. So I feel like the only way the dancehall market is going to work or even ever make it is if they start to become a little more aggressive. And hopefully Vibes Cartel was the one to do it. But the thing is, I don't even believe so because also he's aged out. Rima, Fireboy, Ashake, all these guys, Shella Poppy, all these guys are in their 20s, you know what I mean? So sonically, even the sound, I'll tell you, my favorite artists from the Caribbean, I thought were going to be next up. And it's not going to be who you think. I thought Tommy Lee Sparta was going to be good. I thought he was about to take over, but I don't know what he's doing. So yeah, man, with that being said, you know, just let me know if I'm correct or I'm in the car. I should be going to the gym. This is just a whole load of waffle. You know what I mean? I'm not an expert in these things. I was just thinking, and I just feel like Nigerians, I can't even say Africans because Ghanaians aren't really, they're trying, but when it comes to this music thing, there's nobody, it's when it comes to anything, Nigerians are the most aggressive, and that's why they're on top right now.
And Nigeria will continue to be at the top. Welcome back again to my channel. How we all doing today, guys? I'm trying to understand what the two first girls or three girls people that spoke, what they're trying to say, and I cannot still understand. The first one started by saying she's not a hater. I'm thinking, if you're not a hater, come on, what are you? Like, how do you sit down and say Afrobeat? Like, for real, for real? If three of them, if you, one person did not play Afrobeat, like, who said your mama? Who knows? Who actually knows? Like, you can go to hell for all we care. Afrobeat is here to stay. If you play it or you don't play it, if you listen to it or you don't listen to it, nobody actually cares. Nobody actually knows that one person like you, one dry person like you, is not listening to Afrobeat. Seriously, like, I'm trying to understand. Afrobeat is going down. Afrobeat is declining. Kineko. As in, what are you saying? There is nothing you do that people will not complain. If you're making progress, they will complain. If you are doing well, they will complain. If you are not doing well, forget it because they will complain. Nothing where you do for this life way person no go to complain. Everybody is actually entitled to their own opinion, and if you decide that your own opinion or your own way of life is not to listen to Afrobeat, trust me, we don't care. Carry and go somewhere. I beg, use them so close. Use them live, buy house. Use them do whatever you want to do. We don't care. We don't even know. Nobody notices it. You're not a hater. I'm sorry, but you're a pure hater. Let me tell you, you are a very big hater. Seriously, Afrobeat is here to say, get used to it, start jamming to it, because we are going nowhere. Nigeria is at the top, and Nigeria will continue to be at the top when it comes to the music. Seriously, the time you are using to set camera and talk trash about Afrobeat, I feel that you should just go and do something with your life. Get a job, do something with your life. Afrobeat is still booming up to date. Afrobeat is booming. Na you dey back. Na you wey no know wetin dey happen. Afrobeat is booming. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Do well to subscribe if you're new here, and don't forget to turn your post notification on so you'll be the first to know whenever I put out a new video. Thank you so much for your constant support on this channel. Guys, you guys are so amazing. I love you all, and I will see you soon. Bye.